where I've seen this thing and I failed to understand what could be the answer, right? So let's say you are, blah blah blah. It's a long story. In the middle, they say, okay, the project manager realized that there was a requirement that was missed to capture in during the requirements gathering session, and because of that, you are kind of like in the end of towards the end of the execution phase, or like the control phase, and you realize that a requirement was missed. The customer rejected it. Which of the following do you have to go back and update? Activity list, milestone list, WBS, or I guess whatever the other option is, which is not anything related to requirements, the BRD, the requirements documentation, right? So
True.
obviously, if it's a requirements documentation, I would have selected that, but that was not the option. Now I think milestone list is not the right answer. I was hung up between the activity list and the WBS.
Okay. So again, go back. Now you are presenting something to the stakeholder. You are into validate scope. Okay. You are presenting something to the stakeholder, and stakeholder said, like raises the point, where is that particular thing? You say that it was not there. Yeah, you never told us. Then he says, no, it is needed. I'm telling you, it is a mismatch expectation. Now you can go to a change request. First thing is that, okay, it will raise a change request and it will get validated against your agreed scope. Once the change request get approved, the work breakdown structure comes first. Activity list are, as per a PMBOK, is a decomposition of work breakdown structure. So anything which is coming as a requirement can't come directly in activity. Activity is like, I am doing coding, I am doing testing, I am doing verification, I am writing a note, I am making a presentation. Now these things are not leading to a deliverable. The deliverable has to map to a work breakdown structure. So you update the work breakdown structure, then you definitely update the activity list because the work breakdown structure will get decomposed. Milestone is not relevant much because it may be sometime the milestone gets shifted and get updated, but the flow will move like this. So you have a
Okay.
requirement, you have a scope, you have a work breakdown structure, you have an activity list, and then you have a project schedule. That's it.
Okay.
And it is more about not how to take care of a question, it is more about developing an understanding, okay, from where these activities come from. The activities comes from decomposing the work breakdown structure. The last element of work breakdown structure, many times we call it work package.
Mm-hmm.
So so work package gets added, or a note get added in a work breakdown structure, and you might be recalling, you have read so many contents related to project management and PMP. We keep saying that we need to follow a rule where we ensure that something is not there in work breakdown structure is not there in a project. So the
Right.
work
It's
breakdown structure should
100%
reflect
rule.
everything what you are doing.
Right.
So if it has to represent everything what you are doing, you can't just add an activity without having a note for that. So there is who is the father of that activity. Activities like this, uh, sometime you realize that you were doing coding, you also have to do some cleanup, but you missed thinking about that cleanup before. But that coding is not complete till the time you do a cleanup. That's it. Now you add an activity because it is not a work breakdown structure. There was a work package. Work package was talking about designing a page, and work package got decomposed into making a wireframe, making a controls, and making some logos. But you somehow missed talking about CSS at that point in time. If something like that get missed, you activate you update activities because the work package remains the same.
Oh,
Now, if
since it's
customer
a
is saying something, it is work package is missing. The requirement itself is missing. Means requirement, work breakdown structure, and finally the work package will come. That is how the flow will go. So we need to start thinking like this, and that's the stress of our videos, where we try to promote thinking in a PMP language relating to your real life. Not just, okay, in this case work package is the right because work package includes everything whatever is needed on the project. It doesn't help. And in order to facilitate that,